And this, as you guessed it, is going to be an Abarth video. Pointy, I can't believe we're talking about knobs. Hi guys, thanks for clicking this video. My name's Amber. This is my automotive YouTube channel where I make automotive YouTube videos for my channel, which is driven 24/7. And most importantly, behind me is the Abarth 595 Trofeo. And this, as you guessed it, is going to be an Abarth video. So make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, click the little ding-a-ling bell so you get a notification every time one of my videos goes up on the channel. And let's just get straight to it. This is going to be an Abarth video, and we're going to be driving this thing today. First of all, guys, can we just appreciate my hard work that's gone into cleaning this thing this morning? Well, it took me about 4 hours. I gave her first bath. I'm a bit OCD when it comes to car washing. So the weather is dry. Got my parents' jet wash as Dale's one doesn't work. So we had the snow foam go over the car. We did a nice safe pre-wash. The wheels have come up really nice as well. And to top it off, and to protect the car, I used a new wax on it, so she is looking sweet. That yellow is really popping at the moment. Look at the wheels! And these wheels, by the way, are so easy to clean. Get your hand right in the holes and clean the barrel of the wheel. Much easier to get in those hard to reach places. But look, and if you guys haven't noticed, it's got my Driven 24/7 sticker on. But OCD is kicked in because the automotive YouTube content bit isn't quite in the middle, but we'll get that sorted. But yeah, without further ado, let's get driving in a thing. You are joining me in the Abarth 595 Trofeo, and although I've had this car, well, it's over a month, this is the first video on the channel of me actually driving the thing. That tells you how busy I have been. So that's why this morning I took the time to give her her first wash so she looks good for this video. Now, the bad thing about living where we live in the countryside is the roads are usually full of mud, so I doubt she'll stay clean for very long. So while I'm out doing this video, I will take the time to do some photos while she is still remaining clean, and I'm sure by the time we get her parked up back on the driveway back home, she'll probably be dirty again. There is a positive about living in the country, and that is that you get all these lovely country roads, a lot of single tracks, which is good for driving, but it also makes it a bit difficult when you do meet another car on the road and you have to sort of pull over, which I don't really want to do in the Abarth, especially since I've just cleaned it. So let's head up to the main road, do a bit of driving, and let's do some talking as well, obviously. First things you do when you get into an Abarth is you have to put the sport mode on. That is the only way we will drive this thing. And yeah, I used to have a 180 Competizione, and although this 160 horsepower one is pretty quick, you do notice the slight 20 bhp are sort of missing as such. But saying that, she's still fast enough for me. She's still very nippy, and the 1.4 T-Jet turbo engine is alright, and it's just a bit of fun, isn't it? So yeah, we're gonna go down to a place where I actually film one of my Abarth 124 Spider videos. It's a nice scenic location just down the road from where I live, so we're going to go up there and do some drive-by shots. As the Record Monza in this car is pretty something else. Usually sometimes cars pop and bang when they're on a cold start, but this thing will sort of make pops. I don't know whether you call it bangs, but it pops even when the engine's warmer, so that must be something to do probably with the new Monza exhaust, I assume, because it never happened on my comp. It was really hard work to ever get any pops and bangs out of my 180 comp. But in this 160 Trofeo, like I say, even like from third to fourth usually, when you do that gear change, it tends to sort of let it pop out, and you never know when it's going to happen. So when it does happen, you're like, woo! And that's usually the noise I make, because it sort of excites me. But yeah, I mean, the suspension, it's probably got a different suspension set up to the 180 comp. The 180 comp, I believe, was on Bilstein, so it was pretty hard. And I know my parents' Competizione, when I still go out with them and theirs, it's so hard, suspension. Don't get me wrong, the suspension in this is still sort of hardish, but it's not half as hard as what you get in the comp. It is more of a, even going over these bumps now, it's not as like back braking as it would be in the comp. So it is a bit more comfortable to ride this car, and yeah, I don't mess the comp suspension setup really. However, we would like to get it on, obviously some coilovers one day. Here's my turning now actually. Sugar. And although we haven't got Brembo brakes, where they've got the brake pads but not the calipers, it does stop pretty well. But then I guess this car's only done 450 miles now, so they're obviously still, everything's still probably bedding itself in. But we have been sort of ragging it. They say drive the car as you mean to go on, so we haven't been really driving it steadily, because sometimes if you rag the car from day one, it'll sort of be a faster car. So me and Dale haven't really been taking it easy. But we also will take it easy when the car is sort of on cold, which is why I'm not ragging it just yet. He's walking away from me because he doesn't like the Abarth. Oh, they're all walking away now. Oh, they're running. Oh my god. I'm literally just here editing this video, and from when the camera was outside getting me driving past in a Trofeo, oh my goodness, I didn't hear any of the sort of sound from inside the car, but when I hear the outside clips, it's been popping and banging all over the place. I was really giving it some, and afterwards the car felt really, smelled hot, and it was hot. But I mean, like I said, I'm just watching these clips now, and I had no idea what this car sounded like from the outside. And you can definitely straight away tell the difference with this new Record Monza exhaust. My old competition with the older Monza exhaust wouldn't have made all these noises, but these are just general sort of acceleration noises, and you can just, oh my god, it just sounds so good from the outside. I had no idea until I'm watching these clips back. I may have fallen in love with the car a little bit more. Oh, see? Why does it pop when the GoPro isn't on their back looking at exhaust? I knew that would happen. One thing I didn't notice when I did do a reveal video, I was talking about all the stuff this car has, like the yellow seat belts, the new Record Monza exhaust, etc. It doesn't have parking sensors. Now, I know you're probably thinking, why do you need parking sensors? Can't you drive? It's only a small car. Well, I've got parking sensors in my caddy van, which I do need because it's a big maxi van. And I used to have parking sensors as standard with my comp. And again, that was also a little car. But when you're used to parking sensors and you don't have any, you realise how much you rely on them. You know, sometimes when you're reversing back and, like, there's a bollard sticking out of the ground, you can't quite see it, the parking sensor would pick that up. But nah, that ain't happening anymore, so I've got to be really wary when parking this thing. What did I say? So yeah, that's a bit annoying, but that's always something we can get. Sound system isn't good. I really need like an upgrade in here. I used to have the Beats sound system as an added extra with the comp. This sound system isn't very good. I've got the bass all the way up, but you don't really get any bass. Don't know, it's just lacking a bit of oomph, shall I say. I actually really like the leather steering wheel and the leather gear knob. In the comp I used to have an aluminium one, which was really cold in the winter, and it was quite a bit of a different throw because it was like holding a big ball and sort of shoving it around. But this time it's nice, sort of narrow, pointy, I can't believe we're talking about knobs, but it's a nice pointy, comfortable knob to have in your hand, so I enjoy changing gear with this knob. And as for the steering wheel, because it isn't half Alcantara, it means that it's easier to keep clean, for example. Again, it feels nicer. Well, it doesn't feel nicer, Alcantara is nicer, but yeah, I guess there's some maintenance side of things. It's just easier to clean and stuff like that. What else can I say? This has the Apple CarPlay. I've used it a few times, so it mirrors your phone, so it's good for when you have maps on, so you can look at your maps on the Apple CarPlay. What other things am I liking so far? So yeah, she has got character. She's not as fast, obviously, as my 180 comp, but the exhaust system is, there must be something different about it. Well, obviously it is, it's a new system, but yeah, like I say, she does pop in like 3rd to 4th, and my Competizione never did that. Even when I wasn't trying, she never did that. But this car, when I'm not trying, she does it, and it takes me by surprise, and I'm like, woo! And yeah, and I'm sure as the sort of exhaust system and the car as a whole gets more used, and you know, hopefully it'll get more pops and bangs and stuff like that out of it from standard. Because it's like a third car for me, wheel spin by accident. Because it's like a third car, because my van's my daily, Dale's Passat's obviously his daily. We haven't really used this thing. We use this thing of like a weekend, but because they have such a small tank, it always needs filling up. It's just because it's such a small tank, it's always going to need filling up. And when you do live in the countryside like I do, and everywhere, like my nearest petrol station is probably about 20 minutes away, nothing's close. Like I say, if nothing's nearby to us, so we have to go out of our way to get somewhere, and so you're obviously going to use fuel, and so it needs filling up more. Yeah, I mean, it sounds a bit ungrateful, but I don't really use it much, and that was sort of the whole point. I knew she wasn't going to get used much. What I am going to say, actually, my parents are going to go and they've bought some stuff for their Competizione, which I think's done about 20,000 miles. So anyway, oh, here comes the car. So my dad has bought some H&R, like lowering springs, I believe, which haven't yet been fitted on the car. He's also bought some spacers for the car. I don't know what millimeters, but when I said to him, when you're going to fit them, I'll go over to my parents' house to watch him sort of fit him, because that'd be a good video, I guess, for you guys. And also, actually, in March, I'm going to go along with him to film. He's going to go and get the car, the comp tuned, so it should take it from 180 horsepower to about 210, 215. So that should be pretty good, and that should make also a good video. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, guys, because it's hard to describe a car when you've had 3 of them before. You know, it's hard for me to tell you something new about an Abarth because I've probably told you before, but I'm just sort of giving you my sort of opinion so far on this 595 Trofeo, which is a model I haven't had before, believe it or not. Compare this car to is to my yellow comp that I've had before. Mind you, I did have a 595 Turismo, and what that was 116 at a time. That was plenty for me. That was fast enough. So yeah, I've taken you out with me on the GoPro for a drive around my local countryside area in the Abarth 595 Trofeo. If you like this video, then obviously please let me know by giving me a like. Comment below on obviously the video, and yeah, make sure you subscribe and turn on the bell, or ring the bell, so you get notification every time a video from me goes up on my automotive YouTube channel. And yeah, you'll be seeing my parents' Competizione go in for its remap. That'll be a video soon, the pipeline, so make sure you subscribe and look out for that. Follow me on both my Instagrams, my Driven 24/7 one and my personal one, and I'll see you in another one, I'm pretty sure. See you later, guys. Thanks.